Now, the other part of this is you want to really get emotionally involved in the goal. So we mentioned that a little bit already. But if you just set a goal and you just say, yes, I would love to go to Europe, that sounds lovely. But now you have to get the emotion involved with it. You have to get attached to that idea. You have to feel it. Now, this is not easy for everybody to get the emotions involved. Sometimes we actually, as a protection mechanism, kind of stay neutral to our goals so that if it doesn't happen, we're not burned. But this is where I want you to change how you think of it. So don't ever look at your goal as if it could possibly not happen. If it hasn't come to fruition or manifested at the timeline that you set, that doesn't mean anything. That means maybe you weren't ready or something even bigger is being prepared for you. So you can never become discouraged and say that it is not happening and I need to make a new goal. This goal is never going to work, whatever it might be. Don't let those thoughts even come into your mind. Don't entertain them. Don't even think about them. Okay, just hold steady to that faith and belief. I have set my goal and it will happen. So as long as you do that, it really will. And it's really amazing to see all of the different things that I've come across in different people's experiences and what has happened for them. And you've probably heard some of the stories as well. You know, somebody manifested a house or they manifested this or that, whatever happened. And so often, it doesn't happen on the timeline we want. It doesn't always happen exactly the way we first pictured it or the way we first desired it. And it doesn't always happen, we may not have even seen the path possible. So I encourage you, as after you set your goal and you really think about what you desire, to now keep your mind open to any possibilities, any opportunities that come your way that just might be part of your path of fulfilling your goal. And it might be something that you never thought of, that you never saw coming. But if you keep an open mind and you listen to the different things that are being presented to you, you'll know what resonates with you and what doesn't. And you'll know if you hear something and go, okay, I think this is something I need to follow. I think this might be able to lead me closer to my goal. It's really incredible when you open your mind, the opportunities that start to come your way that you would have never considered or never thought about, or never even thought were possible for you until you start to look for it and listen. It's really an incredible thing. And the path that some people end up taking to get to their goal, I mean, it might be completely different than what they had envisioned to start out with, but they get there. And most of the time, it's even more incredible than what they had imagined. So I invite you as you set your goal, you start to think about it, you start to look at how can I make this happen and just be open and look at everything that's coming to you. So you might be really surprised at how your goal can get manifested. So the other part to this is to not allow anything from the outside to distract you from achieving your goal or from keeping that desire and holding on to the faith and belief. So, for example, if you set out on your own business and maybe it is taking a little bit longer for you to meet that first goal that you set, maybe it was a revenue goal or whatever it might be, don't let anybody from the outside tell you you're foolish for sticking with this goal. You're foolish for trying to do this thing. I told you it wouldn't work, or whatever the naysayers may want to say. I mean, just think about some of the examples through history, the people who have accomplished absolutely incredible things, and think about the backlash that they got as they were working on it, but they didn't let them stop them. They had a vision and they knew it was going to happen. I mean, you think of Thomas Edison. I mean, he failed, one would say, like I think it was 10,000 times before he was able to get a light bulb. Or you think about the Wright brothers and how many people thought they were so foolish for trying to get something up in the air and flying, and they never gave up. And then thanks to them, we're able to travel around the world with ease. I mean, even a little bit more recently, Steve Jobs, of course, we know he went through so much backlash. And I believe he was even, yes, fired from Apple, from his own company, but he never gave up and he never stopped. So there's going to be those people who might come up to you and might say, it's not happening. I can't believe you still believe in this, whatever they might say to you. And you just have to say, thanks for your opinion, and move on and not let them stop you. Because you know, as long as you are holding on to that desire, you're holding on to that goal, you're holding on to that vision, you know that it will be accomplished. So never lose faith. Okay. That's very important. And you can't let anybody else tell you what's right for you because each of us is completely different. We have our own paths. We have our own journeys that we need to be on. We have our own people that we need to influence and help through our life and through our work that we do. So what's right for you is not always going to be what's right for somebody else. So don't let that other person influence you, especially if you're going in your own business, you're going for a financial goal, and that other person is broke. Definitely pay them no mind because clearly they don't have the vision. They don't have the drive. They don't have the desire to improve and to, maybe they could never do it themselves. So they're going to criticize you. So never let anybody stop you from reaching your goal or for working towards it. So hold on to that vision once you have it. Now, one of the biggest practices that I think is really important in being able to maintain your vision and to stay focused on it is actually either you can call it imagination or visualization, whatever you want to call it. But every day, at least, maybe first thing in the morning upon waking, and then at night before going to bed, you need to spend some quiet time, just a few minutes at a time, and start to get yourself into a quiet space. Some people will need breath work with this, whatever it is that can help you get into a calm and quiet place. And hopefully without any distractions, do whatever you need to do to find this time. I get up early before the kids have gotten up and all the distractions begin so that I can have time to work on all these things for myself. And then, at night after they go to bed. So find the time. Everybody has a couple minutes a day that you can spend doing this. So get into the quiet space and start to visualize as there's a light, a bright light. Now you can picture this light in whatever color, whatever you want. I've heard some people who use a beautiful lavender color. Some people use a bright yellow color. So if you just think of the light coming to you, and then you bringing the light back out. Okay, so this is this is your divine heritage. This is your consciousness. This is all of the infinite power potential source that is within us, within each and every one of us. This is why you can absolutely achieve your goal. Nothing is impossible. Okay, so if you picture that light and then get into that space where you can really feel it. Okay, you feel this energy coming towards you, and then you feel yourself now portraying that energy back out into the world. And that is the space that you want to be in when you're visualizing your goal already achieved. Okay, so you need to spend time, get a very vivid picture to the point where it's like you're already there. like you're present in that moment, in that picture. So again, if there is a house that you want to buy, so you picture yourself, every little detail, walking through the front door, you're going into the kitchen, you see yourself making a meal, or maybe you have somebody cooking for you. That could be part of your goal. Every little detail. So when you go to bed, if you're going to bed at night and you're thinking about this, you picture yourself going to bed in your new bedroom, in your new bed of your new house. You're already there. So really get the feeling of it. Hold that visualization of whatever that goal is. And at night, when you do this before bed, now it's the last thing it's impressed upon your subconscious mind before you go to bed, and your mind will work on finding ways to make this achieved. And when you wake up in the morning, and this is one of the first things that you do, the first things that you visualize and think about, and then you can hold that vision throughout the day as you're doing all of your regular tasks, as you're taking action towards this goal, always have that vision set behind the action that you're taking. So thinking about, it's always in the back of your mind. That's where you are. That's where you want your energy, your vibration to be. It's in that vision of your goal already achieved. So one thing that I like to do as I'm getting started on this, there's a beautiful little book called Your Invisible Power. And she has a quote from Troward in here. This was something that she would do as she was setting herself up to do her visualization. She memorized this paragraph from one of Troward's work, and just to get herself put into the right frame of mind, to get her mind in the right place before she started. And I think it's just such a powerful paragraph. So I'm going to read it to you now, and I want you to just really think about these words. So she gets herself into the feeling of this. My mind is a center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression. And this means the production of something beyond what has gone before, something entirely new, not included in the past experience, though proceeding out of it by an orderly sequence of growth. Therefore, since the divine cannot change its inherent nature, it must operate in the same manner with me. Consequently, in my own special world, of which I am the center, it will move forward to produce new conditions, always in advance of that have gone before. So I just love that. And I remind myself all the time of, especially those first couple of sentences, my mind is a center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression. And that cannot be changed. So there's nothing special or different about you that is going to stop that from happening. You will only stop it yourself. But if you believe in that and you feel it and you have the faith in that, then you will be able to start achieving your goals, and you'll see just miraculous things start to unfold. So keep that in mind as you're doing your visualizations, your imaginations, and anytime throughout the day that you need to, stop and remind yourself of this. And when you're about to, take action on your goal, when you're about to jump into your new business or whatever it is, every little step that you take a second to get yourself set, to get your mind set in the vibration, in the feeling of your wish